In Squid Game, some players were remembered, but most were forgotten. The strong were feared, the smart were respected, and the weak, they were eliminated. But what if I told you that even the smallest player had a powerful story? A story that holds a lesson capable of changing your life. This is the story of player 230, Thanos. Not the Marvel villain, but a real man, lost in the crowd, fighting for survival. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the smartest. But his journey, his struggles, and his choices carry a truth that most people ignore. Because life, just like the Squid Game, doesn't care about your past. It doesn't care how much you've suffered, how many times you've failed, or how deep you're drowning in problems. The only thing that matters is what you do next. When Thanos entered the game, he wasn't special. Just another desperate man, crushed by debt, hoping for a miracle. Sound familiar? Maybe you felt that way too, trapped, searching for an escape, waiting for something to change. But here's the truth, nothing changes unless you do. The first game began, red light, green light. Simple rules. Move when it's green, stop when it's red. But the moment the first gunshot echoed through the field, everything changed. Panic. Fear. Players froze in terror. And for a moment, Thanos hesitated too. Just like most people in life, standing at the starting line, paralyzed by fear. Afraid to take the first step. Afraid to fail. But then, something clicked. If he didn't move, he would die. Not later. Not tomorrow. Now. And that's the first lesson, success isn't about being the best. It's about moving forward, even when fear is screaming at you to stop. Step by step, he moved forward. Not the fastest, not the strongest, but steady. And when the final bell rang, he was still standing. He had survived. Because sometimes, survival isn't about talent, it's about taking action. But life doesn't stop testing you. The next challenge. Dalgona. A test of patience. One wrong move, one crack in the sugar, and it's over. Most players panicked. Hands shaking. Sweat dripping. The pressure was unbearable. But Thanos? He didn't rush. He didn't let the fear control him. He understood something that most people never do, patience is power. Because the world tells you to move fast, chase success, rush everything. But in reality, the winners aren't always the fastest. The winners are those who know when to wait and when to strike. Lesson 2, sometimes, life isn't about speed. It's about precision. Focus. Discipline. But the real challenge wasn't the games. The real challenge was the night. When the lights went out, the dormitory became a battlefield. The weak were targeted. The strong ruled. Fear spread like wildfire. And Thanos? He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. But he made it through. Not with fists, not with aggression, but with strategy. He didn't fight recklessly. He observed. He adapted. He used his mind. Because real strength isn't about who can punch the hardest. Real strength is knowing when to fight, and when to step back. And then came the ultimate test, the glass bridge. A game of pure chance. Step on the wrong glass. You fall. Game over. And this is where most people fail in life. Not because they lack talent. Not because they aren't capable. But because they're afraid to take the leap. They stand at the edge of opportunity, waiting for certainty. Waiting for a guarantee. But life offers no guarantees. No one is coming to hold your hand. No one is going to push you forward. It's you, or nothing. And Thanos? He understood the truth. If you never take the risk, you've already lost. Because in the end, the people who win aren't the people without fear. They're the people who act despite their fear. And that's the final lesson: courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite the fear. Most people never reach their goals. Not because they're weak. Not because they're unlucky. But because they never start. Because they let fear control them. But look at the real winners. The people who succeed, who rise above the rest. Are they fearless? No, they feel fear just like you. But they don't let it stop them. Thanos, player 230, wasn't special. He wasn't famous. But his journey proves one thing: even the smallest player can fight. Even the forgotten ones can survive. And even you can win. But the question is, will you make your move? If this video inspired you, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Because remember, life is the game. And you're the player.